Berger, Colonel Speech, Colonel Love, Vice President Patrick Brent, ladies and gentlemen, mothers and fathers, sisters, brothers, welcome to Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton, School of Infantry. You are shortly going to see a young man or woman that is different than what you dropped off 10 days ago. It's an amazing chemistry, and that chemistry is made by the integration of one of the finest role models in the world, and that's the non-commissioned officers of the United States Marine Corps. The training has been tough. It has not been easy. You see that little hill over there to the left? Now from here, it looks like it's you know, you can probably climb. But as you get closer and closer and realize from here to the top is 3.6 miles, and most of it is all uphill. Then you might have a second thought about it. Your boy and girl did that. Also, if we would have told you when they were out here that they needed to run a mile to qualify to come, but they would actually run 5 miles in the sand without stopping, you would say, no, my boy or girl probably can't do that. So we don't show that to you in our videos. But they do. They do. And every young man and woman you see here before you accomplish that. Every single one. And there are going to be a lot of stories when they go home. Most of those are true. And I think you're going to see a spring in their step. I think you're going to see a maturity up a notch. And our goal of Devil Pups, it's on the coin that they receive, emblematic of our program, is growth through challenge. We want to challenge them so they grow. And we're trying to give them an experience that perhaps they've never had in life. And we want them to do it. So it's a wow. And I think you're going to find a lot of wows out here this afternoon. So if you allow me the pleasure of addressing the pups for just a moment. Good afternoon, Devil Pups.
Good afternoon, sir! Yay!
Devil Pups, you have had an amazing journey these past 10 days. We cannot be more proud of the success that you have shown your fellow boys and girls, men and women, now. Also, the respect that you have shown the Marines that have worked with you these past 10 days. This program is the only one in the world. You do it, and you're done, and you learn a lot. You remember when I talked to you about goals and I talked to you about leadership? You want to put those into action in your life, for yourself, for your family, for your neighbors, for your friends, and ultimately for your country. So let me ask you, are you ready to go home?
Yes, sir!
So if I were to say to the parents, I just want to see how you're going to deal with this. If I were to say the same thing I did to the pups, I want to see what your reaction would be. Good afternoon, parents. That's too fast. That's too fast. Give yourself a hand.
That's probably the best it's ever sounded like.
Okay, I think I've spoken enough. Once again, thank you for letting us have your boy and girl for 10 days. Thank you for putting the trust in us to give them some education, to give them a life experience that they hopefully will hold dear to their heart for the rest of their life. With that, I'd like to introduce and ask Lieutenant General Berger to come up and say a few remarks. General Berger.
afternoon. I will be very short because most of those folks behind me don't want to stand out there 1 minute longer than they have to. But this program would not be here today if it weren't for two groups of people, and we need to recognize them. First of all, the Marines who are wearing the uniforms behind you and all the ones you can't see right now who made the last 10 days possible. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for the Marines. The other group I'd like to mention, there are probably some people in these bleachers in the stands or maybe behind me who could make it all the way on their own. They don't need anybody else. They can make it by themselves, but there aren't very many of them. Most of the rest of us, we needed something to push us along, to put values in us, and to challenge us. I'm guessing that most of the folks standing behind me would not be here if their parents hadn't put that kind of push behind them and the values inside them. So if I could ask, if you're a mom or a dad of any of these students behind me, please stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Please join me in a round of applause for these parents. And lastly is the cadets, of course, behind me. I think most of the last 10 days, at the end of it, produces leaders. I think before you can lead, you have to learn how to follow. And I think that's where these Marines started on day one. After you learn how to follow, you have to learn how to be part of a team. Because you can't lead unless you can understand what it takes to build a team. And then somewhere between day number 1 and day number 10, they learned about leadership. And that's where I'd like to finish up. Cadets, I hope that what you took out of the last 10 days, what you learned from these Marines, is something about what it takes to be a leader. The easiest thing in life is to let somebody else step up. Because then you don't get blamed for anything, you don't get held accountable, you just can kind of ride along. But this program is not about riding along, and Marines don't just ride along. This program is about developing the future leaders of America. I'm guessing that the young men and women behind me, in other words, know what it means to step up. They know what it means to be accountable, to be responsible. And they're willing to take that risk. They're willing to be the one person who steps forward. Cadets, we are very proud of you today. Marines, we are very thankful and grateful for your leadership over the past 10 days. Congratulations to every one of the cadets out here. Thank you very much, parents. Thank you very much for asking me to be here with you this morning. Congratulations.
At this time, we would like to introduce the Double PUPS company staff. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced.